Testing. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Shout out to Monday evening or good morning, good afternoon, wherever the hell it is that you at. Shout out to us over here on EST. It is in the evening. The snow is melting. Clearly, it is not as cold outside as what they were saying. This was not a blizzard, just an FYI. This was not a blizzard because the winds weren't winding like they were supposed to be. And all this has turned out to be a big nothing burger. Ain't that what they say? A big nothing burger. But that's okay, because guess we get to work from home tomorrow. Guess we get to work from home tomorrow. So you know what that means? No, I might be busy. Maybe I can do an earlier show. Like, start an earlier time. Well, today I'm starting an earlier time. What time is it? 5:15? 5:16? Don't come for me. Starting it a little bit earlier so I can get done a lot faster and carry my ass into the bed. All right. And the clothes are how could I forget to let y'all know that the clothes, where's Nicole? The clothes are folded. Where is Nicole? As soon as somebody see Nicole, make sure you let her know in case I forget that the clothes are folded finally. Okay. Now there's plenty of more clothes that need to be washed. So that's a whole nother batch, y'all. That is a whole nother batch. But I got through this and I'm so excited. All right. So I have plenty of clothes to choose from for the gym will be back open tomorrow. Gym was closed today. All this stuff was closed today. Kids didn't go to school today. I hope this is charged. The clothes are folded. Shout out to me. Shout out to me for following through, okay? Where is Kay? Kay needs to hear too because I'm tired of hearing him come for me. I'm sure he'll be here eventually. All right, y'all. Shout out to everybody that is here. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. We have to talk about Gavin. Your reparations wannabe giver to all the colors, the blacks, the ebonies, the FBAs, the African Americans, the chocolates, child, whatever name y'all want to be called today. Gavin is here for you. You know Gav is trying to be president, allegedly, as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Reaper. I cannot. You know Gav is trying to be president. He trying to run for president. That's why he always coming out here now. Now he out here still feeling the colors. They still falling for it. Democrats will go for it. California is a mess.com, but y'all still gonna go and vote for him. News tick. He's probably gonna come out here and say that mess. You know, if you have trouble figuring out whether you want to, who will he be running against? Probably JD Vance. If you have trouble figuring out who you want to vote for, that means you're not black.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
I can see it already, Cha. I can see it already. And, you know, the colors will be like, oh, that's okay. That's not a problem. They'll forget all about this, whatever is going on right now, which we're going to get to it. All right. So I got to work on a crime is down. And child, it looks like there's plenty of crime to talk about. Child, while everybody is out here wilding the F out, white people, y'all are really doing the damn thing from what I can see. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all. I'm tired of people sitting up here trying to talk about, yo, white supremacists talking white supremacists talking about. Child, Corey should be happy. Sitting up here, all this crime that's going on, all this crime that's being perpetrated by people other than coloreds, he still won't be happy. Not that I give a damn anyway. So yeah, so we got to talk about Gav. We got to get an update on Mexico and then some updates on some other things that we wasn't able to get to. And then, of course, you already know there's always going to be more Anton and Mika. Just get your minds right, all right? Just get your minds right that that's what it's going to be. It's always going to be some mess until it's over, child, especially if O'Shea continues to put out these daggone videos, and we already know that that's exactly what's about to happen, all right? But before we get into it, you know, I got to bring you some racism. Racism for the win. Racism for the win, child. Let us talk about this nigga right here, of which we talked about earlier today, and now we have some video. Now, I haven't watched it. But I'm gonna go ahead and assume that this is the video where he's saying that it is okay for white people to call black people the N-word, hard ER, as long as they work for ICE. Shout out to Pro Blacks. This your man? Child, is this your man? Shout out to IG. Hey, Canarda DJ. I see, boo. Shout out to everybody that is here. No tea, no shade. Make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. So this is from Dijon, whoever that is over here on IG. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is Torre. His caption just says Cy Torre and some hashtags. So let's hear. It says black ICE agents are not black. Do you see this caption right here? It says black ICE agents are not black. Oh, somebody said Torre is a BAN. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. Down here it says, can white people call black ICE the N-word? All right, let's hear this mess.
So to call a black ICE agent the N-word. When you say we have suffered because of that word, you're including the black ICE agent in we. He is not in we. He is not black. He is not part of the community. If you're a black man in ICE, you have abandoned the community. You are a traitor. He's not a brother. He's not black. He's definitely not your brother. He would unalive you in a second. They're permanently banned from the symbolic cookout. He is not one of us.
No, you know what? That's completely fine. This is actually perfect. I'm so glad that we're finally admitting this. I'm so glad y'all have finally come to terms with this, because it just makes it that much easier to clown you thugs without the presumption of self-hatred or betrayal. But what I do find interesting, though, is that you can get excommunicated from this bottom of the barrel community simply for being a small part of an organization that enforces lawful orders 90% of the time and makes mistakes 10% of the time. I'm being generous. But the dirtbag baboons on Section 8 that have been terrorizing the streets and your children and your grandmothers for decades are somehow still black when they too will kill you without a second thought. I'm a bit confused. See, this is why rational people don't care about black cards, because to lose one, all you have to do is have an IQ too high, and to be eligible for one, all you have to do is throw up gang signs and pledge your allegiance to Louis Farrakhan. Y'all are literal jokes. Excommunication isn't some punishment, it's a blessing.
It's a
So shout out to Dijon, or however you say his name, this young man, one of the smartest young men I've heard in a long time, because it looked like he in Generation Z, okay? Shout out to Z's, because you know you ain't shit, but he's good, all right? So if this nigga on the bottom, this crazy looking nigga right here, can sit up here and say this foolishness, and you pro-black still rock with, like, I already know. Let me tell y'all know that I already know that all this shit is bullshit at the end of the day. These are the same people that will tell y'all about how somebody is trying to put chains on your ass. Somebody is trying to be your master. Somebody's trying to be your king. They're the ones that really want to be your master, be your king, and want you to listen to them. They're the ones that are actually trying to enslave you. They're not trying to do nothing for black people except for get the fuck over it, like they have been doing, like they continue to do, and like many a persons allow them to. This person's allegedly smart. This person is allegedly so fucking intelligent. He been a dumbass for as long as I've known his stupid ass face, okay? Looking like a fucking Muppet, all right? Yeah, I said that, I meant that. This is some of the most ignorant shit. This is some of the most ignorant shit. And every black, pro-black should be out fucking raged. If you don't hear from them, and you don't hear them calling this shit out, and you don't hear them saying this nigga, I don't believe in cancellation, y'all. I said that, I meant that. I do not believe in cancellation. But they should never have this nigga on another platform of theirs ever again. You remember that time that Dr. Umar was on Rolly Roll's channel, and Dr. Umar said coon. I mean, you blacks love to say coon, because I see it all up and down my comments, but I digress. Dr. Umar said, Coon, Rolly Roll had a fit and said, you will not come on here and use racial epithets on my channel. We don't have that here. Now, you know Rolly will call a name in a heartbeat. If Roland Martin does not call this nigga out, he's a bitch ass nigga too, which he already is. But to allow this shit to go when he wants to sit up here and carry on about every damn thing in the world that somebody else fucking does, but not this nigga, because I'm sure this nigga is a part of D9. I have no doubt that this nigga is a part of D9. So if they choose D9 over everything, first of all, this is just the most ignorant shit ever from someone that allegedly wants best for black people. This is some of the most ignorant shit. So black ICE agents aren't real people. They've been excommunicated by who? Nigga, not you. Those daggone ICE agents probably make upwards of 125,000+ damn dollars. So they're a part of the community. They're not robbing the community, just like DeJohn said. They're productive people in the community. I don't mean the black community. I mean the community. They ain't out here setting shit on fire, robbing nobody, sitting around talking about how come all the grocery stores are leaving. They probably married. They probably got kids. They probably taking care of shit. They probably being a part of society the legal way. They probably have homes. They probably take vacations. They probably do all the things that normal ass people do, unless you listening to niggas like this. Unless you're sitting up here trying to listen to niggas like this, then you think that this is okay. The things that y'all will allow and put up with is the reason why, one, first of all, that's why divestors leave. Like, I know people can't stand them or whatever, but they be right enough of the time. And they be the first ones to point this shit out. I know they having a field day talking about some of the stupid ass shit that has been done and said in the last several months. Let me say last several weeks. Because there's been some dumbass shit. And the number one dumbass nigga nonsense shit is this nigga right here. And for any pro-black that's not calling him out, fuck you too. For real, for real. How? No allegiance whatsoever. No conversation ever. Just because you're not getting your way, you have the right to talk about somebody else that you supposedly care for a community you supposedly care for, a community that you're allegedly fighting for. You ain't fighting for shit but your GD self. Reason 9,013,000 as to why pro-blacks don't give a damn about nobody but they damn selves in the green in their fucking pockets. Let's hear this dumbass again, unfortunately. Look at him. Like another LTM. Child, I don't know how y'all listening to these LTMs. I know for a fact that he's on the Democratic side. And while y'all sitting up here thinking that they give a fuck about you, here you go listening to this. So if you should go and get a legal ass job like working for ICE, DHS, Homeland Security, you go and get a job. You go and be productive. You make a significant amount of money. That dude, the one particular dude that they showed, probably a high value damn man. And you're going to down that shit. You're going to sit up here and act like there's something wrong with that just because you out here being Trump deranged. Because that's what this has to do with is they fucking Trump derangement syndrome, which what it is that they're doing, don't change a GD thing with regard to who the president is. It changes absolutely nothing. I need someone to answer me right the fuck now. I need somebody to answer me right the fuck now. All this nonsense that these jackasses are doing, what have they done that's made a difference or a change with what this administration is doing? Bueller? What is it that they have done with all this foolishness that they're doing on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis? What have they done that has changed or moved the needle that has made the administration change course on any damn thing? Anybody? Lawrence says that Torre is basically a tether. Now, you know we like tethers over here, but we selective, okay? And this nigga ain't never been one, just like this one here. Yes, I'm speaking to you. Musty tether, where you fleeing to? Musty tether, yes, I'm speaking to you. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume nothing since I ain't heard nobody say nothing. Exactly. But they're still gonna be out here wilding, create more division in the damn community, look half damn crazy, put the rest of us in danger by saying this shit. Because if the white people think that, oh, he said it's okay, and they start running around here using hard ER, blame this nigga. Especially if they say, oh, Torre said, blame this nigga right here. Period. Wait a damn minute. He's married to a white woman. I know you effing lying. Pause. What's this nigga's last name? Have one? Hold on a second. I am about to shut this shit down. I'm about to shut this shit down. How long we been on here? 5 fucking minutes. I am about to shut this shit. That person's name is Rita Nkuzi. This woman's name is Rita Nkuzi. That sound like somebody that's black? Does that sound like somebody who's black from the pro-black? This is who y'all be fucking listening to. He's still low testosterone. I don't care. This who y'all be listening to. So what is that what your wife says to you when y'all in the bed allegedly together? Allegedly? She's sitting up here saying hard ER to you? You think she's Asian? Let me tell you what she not. Black. Shout out to the pro-blacks that can all be talking all about white people and everybody else and then turn around and not be married to somebody black. But they preaching to y'all about what you need to do as far as black is concerned. I know you fucking lying. Okay, maybe it's Arab. I don't think she's white, but let me tell you, she ain't black. So he out here allegedly giving permission to white people to call people the hard ER. And like Kennard said, I ain't got no problem with people that are productive people in society paying their taxes, working, contributing to society in a proper way. Yeah, y'all keep letting these motherfuckers lead y'all. This be the problem. You always letting somebody to lead your ass, and then they got their own fucking agenda, including Don Lemon that says everything about white men as he goes home to one every night. And Anton should have brought that up to damn Corey. What you got to say about that nigga? And at this point, this nigga. And Kantanji, and whoever the hell, Cam, and whoever the hell else. Child, if these people don't go straight to fucking hell, I cannot. You already did one, BT? You did one on this nigga? This is crazy work.
Okay to call a black ICE agent the N-word.
The fact that this nigga can even form his lips to say this shit. Just the fact that this nigga can form his lips to say this shit.
And you say we have suffered because of that word.
Look at all the black books he got back there. Look at all the, but this supposed to be some tribute, and you just supposed to be like, oh, okay, yeah, he love us, yeah, he want the best for us, yeah. With Natuzi by his side. Out here telling white people that it's okay for them to use the hard ER. Because black ICE agents don't count.
You're including the black ICE agent in we. He is not in we. He is not.
No, let me tell you who is not in we. This nigga right here. Let me tell you who is not in we. This nigga on the screen right here. He's not in we. He's not in we. We don't claim this nigga. He is a problem. He is a problem for all black people saying this shit. He's an idiot. I don't give a damn how many degrees he has. He's a complete and utter idiot. Chaos creator. They really think this shit is cute. They really think this shit is cute. Playing in y'all's face, child. Playing in y'all's face. It was already some bull. You know I don't like this nigga to begin with. Clearly I'm right. Then he gonna come out with this shit. Then he's gonna be married to somebody that's non-black. Here you go. Always some bullshit. And like BT says, he's doing this in front of Muhammad Ali. I can see, you know, they always try to be in front of these damn bookcases like they so fucking smart and so damn stupid at the same damn time. Child.
Black, he is not part of the community.
This nigga is not, let me correct him. He is not a part of the community. He is not a part of the community.
If you're a black man in ICE, you have abandoned the community.
No, if you are a black man in ICE, that means you have a good paying job. Shout out to you. If you are a white person in ICE, that means you are contributing to society and you have a good job. Shout out to you. If you are anything else and you work for Department of Homeland Security and you doing your job as was told in the job description and you doing it to the best of your fucking ability, shout out to you for being a productive part of productive citizen in these here United States. If you're sitting in front of a bookshelf, a bunch of black books to try to make it seem like you so pro fucking black, why do you need to do all that while saying some dumb shit like this? Lauren says, that's fine. She ain't black. She ain't black. Which I don't give a damn about none of that. The problem is that this nigga saying this shit and then turn around telling y'all what you need to do and what you can and cannot do, whilst not following his own punk ass advice. Looking crazy. Look at this. Look at this nigga.
You are a traitor.
This nigga is a traitor. Let me make sure I correct him. This nigga here is a traitor. Anybody that's with him, don't be here with us. Anybody here that's with him, please don't be here with us. I don't have time for foolishness. There's some shit that I can deal with, and there's some shit that I absolutely will stand on business and say, you can go the fuck on. Go on. Because, child, this is a problem. This nigga is a problem.
He's not a...
Look at him. Why would you listen to someone that looks like this? Look at this. Look at this. That's straight up some animated, crazy eye, like that crazy eye child in Orange is the New Black. That's what the hell he looking like. Y'all always, not everybody, but y'all always try to act like it's white people that's your problem. No, it's niggas like this that make you think that white people is your problem, that be causing shit to stir up shit that's gonna make black people get into situations that they don't need to be in. Listening to this nigga right here. Now, I'm not saying that a lot of people know this nigga. I'm not saying there's a lot of people that even know this nigga, but it's interesting how shit will get out like this. We've been talking about the fact that these white people is out here calling these damn people the hard ER, which they shouldn't do. They allegedly out here fighting for, honestly, you're not even fighting for black people because it ain't even our issue with what's going on in Minnesota. It's the shit for, child, at this point, I don't even know. So even to be involved with this shit is half damn crazy. I said it, I meant it. It's only to cause chaos and dissension because they're so freaking crazed like what he looks like right now with regard to Donald Trump. I don't understand why they can't sit back and fucking regroup and figure out who the fuck they gonna put up in order to go against JD Vance. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, he gonna win. He's gonna win. I have no doubt whatsoever the way that these people are looking, acting, and out here, the things that they be saying.
Brother, he's not black. He's definitely not your brother. He would unalive you in a second.
This nigga basically is trying to unalive all the other black people while giving white people permission to say N-word hard ER. So what you think he doing? What you think he doing? He roundabout doing the exact same thing that he's accusing the other person of, which is not even true. But just like Dejan is about to say, He don't have, and I pointed this out many a times when we do Crime is Down. These niggas don't ever come out to do anything with regard to what's going on in the community in places like Baltimore and Chicago and Memphis and all these other places. They never come out and say or do anything about that. Never, ever, no way. It's okay. It's okay for y'all to take each other out. Not a problem. That don't have nothing to get us no money from the Democrats, so we don't care about that. But one of the hottest things going on, I'm assuming we got to make sure that we speak out against this and say this dumbass shit. So you colors can continue to follow us and do what we say so we can continue to get rich while you sit here and be in the same damn spot because we ain't helping y'all.
They're permanently banned from the symbolic cookout.
Fuck that cookout. Anybody that's legally working is never banned from freaking the community. Anybody that is working illegally and being a productive citizen is never banned from the community, period. I said that. I meant that.
Is not one of us.
No, you know what? That's completely fine. This is actually perfect. I'm so glad that we're finally admitting this. I'm so glad y'all have finally come to terms with this because it just makes it that much easier to clown you thugs without the presumption of self-hatred or betrayal. But what I do find...
I want to know where all the people that's calling him coon and a white supremacist, talking points, and he's talking Jim Crow 2.0. Where are all those people at, Bueller? Where are all those people at, Bueller?
Interesting, though, is that you can get excommunicated from this bottom of the barrel community simply for being a small part of an organization that enforces lawful orders 90% of the time.
This is the guy right here in this ICE outfit that I saw that bitch was calling him hard ER. On camera, screaming loudly. I'm not saying that she heard it from Touré, but because she just did it on her own, and then Touré heard about it, because they don't want the momentum to change y'all. They don't want y'all to say, now hold on a GD minute. They don't want that. They want y'all to continue on and continue to have full force and blindly follow and continue to be down here or wherever going against ICE agents because of Trump. They ain't had nothing to say when Obama was doing it at all. They ain't had nothing to say about
This is amazing.
when it was Obama at all. But now because it's Donald Trump, now it's a problem. Typical. Again, an alleged smart person here. Thank you, BT. He said, I never heard him banning drug dealers, gangbangers, etc. from the symbolic cookout, but working for ICE is a bridge too far. The equivalent of Nicki Minaj deciding that she is conservative, Republican, or even MAGA gets you kicked out of the community. But the music was fine. The husband that's an alleged low mester is fine. The brother that's an alleged low mester is fine. The line is saying that you agree with conservatives and Republican values. Can't imagine why the community can't get out of their own damn way.
And makes mistakes 10% of the time. I'm being generous. But the dirtbag baboons on Section 8 that have been terrorizing the streets and your children and your grandmothers for decades
John, ain't that a rapper that
are somehow still black when they too will kill you without a second thought. I'm a bit confused. See, this is why rational people don't care about black cards, because
I guess I'm rational because I promise you I could give a shit. I promise you that I could give a shit. Not one bit. That's King Von. Okay. I wouldn't know.
because to lose one, all you have to do is have an IQ too high. And to be eligible for one, all you have to do is throw up gang signs and pledge your allegiance to Louis Farrakhan. Y'all are literal jokes. Excommunication isn't some punishment. It's a blessing.
Absolutely. Shout out to DJ over here on Instagram. I didn't even think I was gonna spend that much time on this, but this nigga here never could stand him, never will. Fuck that nigga. Moving on. Moving on. How about some racism? Yeah, I should have did this differently, but since I got here, let's go ahead and take a look at some racism, allegedly. New York Post, education officials were left profoundly disturbed and students on the Zoom call were left stunned by Allison Friedman's comments. Learn more what happened at the link in the bio. Let's just go ahead and take a listen, shall we?
On Friday, he delivers lessons and helps us fit those skills into our lessons.
Schools that like they're
They're
too dumb to know they're in a bad school.
Independent in our class.
I mean, apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. They just
Allison Friedman, what you're saying is absolutely hearable here. You've got to stop.
I should have saved this for white people on Wednesday. But honestly, no one should be upset based off of what Torre said, right? I mean, it's basically the same thing. She should be fine, child. She should keep her job or stay in school, whatever the hell this is, and everything should be everything. Now, obviously, I don't think that has anything to do with Torre, but by his thought process, this should be okay. Just come out here with your thoughts and your real thoughts, child. You forgot to put your ass on mute. Now you out here talking about how you feel as far as black people are concerned. I love it. I love it. The funny part is, if you can see any of this is funny. First of all, I see this black guy right here, right? Well, you can't really see it. Sorry, y'all. I can't make it any bigger. Pause. But this guy, an older guy, and then next to him is a black girl. And she's just looking like, what the F? But these white people over here on the left side, their faces, child, they sitting up here like, oh,
I'm sorry, sweetie. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
Me and many other students in our classes and with that students on Friday, he delivers lessons and helps us fit those skills into our lessons.
schools that like they're
They're
too dumb to know they're in a bad school.
Independent in our class.
I mean, apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like, if you train a black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. They just
Allison Friedman, what you're saying is absolutely hearable here. You've got to stop.
child, shout out to Allison. Shout out to Allison. And shout out to Torre. They two peas in a fucking pod. 2 peas in a fucking pod. I'll see if I can figure out if Allison got fired, because you see the blocked out block. They certainly blocked Allison. They certainly blocked Allison. They spoke her whole name. These white women, though. Shout out to the probably liberal white women up there. They're in shock. They're in shock, y'all.
What kind of shit is that?
All right, sorry, y'all. Here is Here it is under the New York Post. Oh, Allison! Hey, girl! Let's see what Allie got to say when she looked like child. Hey, boo! Oh, one more commercial.
But tired of jumping between apps and platforms? Well,
Another important part for me is our speech program. I've been receiving speech services since first grade. I attend Mr. Goldman and 2 other students on Fridays. He delivers lessons and helps us fit those skills into our lessons.
Black schools that like
This helps
they're
us
just
become
they're
productive,
too dumb to know they're in a bad school.
independent in our class.
I mean, but apparently Martin Luther King said it. Like if you train a black person well enough, they'll know to use the back. You don't have to tell them anymore. They're just
Allison Friedman, what you're saying is absolutely hearable here. You've got to stop.
Look, y'all. Up here is Christina Flagg. She is mortified. Sharice Cruz is mortified. There's a black girl down here on the right-hand corner. This one right here, I don't know if you can see the mouse. This black guy right here. Child.
So this might not be able to have these safe spaces and supports. We should be able to keep our school open. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Child, look at them nervously clapping. Like, what the hell is going on around here? Dr. Michelle right here. Don't look happy. Dr. Michelle down here. Where'd Allison go?
As Rogers and Hammers, you have to be
Come on.
taught.
Good evening, CEC. My name is Miles Mason. I'm a 6th grade student here at CAS Community Access School, MS 258.
Oh, was it black kids that was talking to? Oh, Allison. Allison. A New York City University professor has sparked widespread furor after she was caught on a hot mic making a crass comment about black students, which education officials branded blatantly racist. Allison Friedman, an associate professor at Hunter College, sparked controversy when she interjected a black 8th grade student's concerns about the potential shutdown of her school during a community education commercial meeting on February the 10th. Wow. Allison, tell us how you really feel, child. They're too dumb to know they're in a bad
Studio, your all-in-one go-to place for creators.
They're too dumb to know they're in a bad school, Freeman reportedly said while her mic was live, according to New York Times. Allison is still employed? I'm sorry, Allison is still employed? If you train a black person well enough, they'll know how to use the back, she said. You don't have to tell them anymore. Right, Marku, during Black History Month too. She seemed to be referring to a comment made by Reginald Higgins, the school district interim acting superintendent, who spoke about Carter G. Woodson, the father of Black history. If you make a man think that he is justly an outcast, you do not have to order him to the back door. He will go without being told, Woodson wrote in his 1933 book, The Miseducation of the Negro. I think I had to read that book too. A university spokesperson described Friedman's comments as abhorrent, according to the Daily Mail. Education officials were left profoundly disturbed, and students on the Zoom call were left stunned by Friedman's comments. Oh, not the kids. Don't worry, Torre says that this is okay. Torre says that this is okay by his stupid ass knowledge. I am deeply disturbed by the blatantly racist and harmful remarks made during the Community Education Council for School District meeting. Bradley Holman Segal, the Manhattan Borough president, described Freeman's remarks as outrageous. It is particularly despicable that these vile words were uttered while children were giving testimony at the meeting, exposing them to this hatred. Freeman apologized for her comments as she tried to clarify her remark. Girl, my complete comments make clear these abhorrent views are not my own, nor were they directed at any student or group, she said. Wait, my complete comments make clear these abhorrent views are not my own. Child, whose voice did it come? Whose mouth did it come out of? What's she talking about? Child, try again. Girl, try again. I fully support these courageous students in their efforts to stop school closures. Girl, it don't sound like it, child. Girl, it don't sound like it, child. However, I recognize these comments caused harm and pain. While that was not my intent, I do truly apologize. Black students make up around 20% of the total number of students enrolled in schools across New York City. In recent weeks, officials have been mulling plans to shut down schools in Manhattan School District 3, as reported by Chalkbeat. More than 17,000 undergrads and 5,500 grads are enrolled at Hunter College. Black or African-American students make up around 11.5% of the university's undergraduate enrollment. Oh, Allison. I blame Torre. I ain't even blaming Allison, child. I blame Torre. It's all his fault. But child, whatever. Y'all like it, we love it. There you go. A little bit more racism around this bitch. Well, we might as well talk about Newsom then. We might as well get right into it. Back to more racism, child. Okay? So, Newsom was talking to somebody in Atlanta. Child. Is it the governor? And he said, y'all niggas dumb. Allegedly. He said, blacks, I'm dumb just like you. All right, so vote for me. Oh, it's the mayor? Okay. So let's hear it. I got the longer version, and this is from Twitter.
I'm not trying to impress you. I'm just trying to impress upon you. I'm like you. I'm no better than you. I'm a 960 SAT guy. and I'm not trying to offend anyone, trying to act all there if you got 940. But literally a 960 SAT.
Yeah. What's the SATs? Isn't it 1200 and 1200? It's been a long time, y'all. Isn't it 1200 and 1200? That's what I'm thinking, Reaper. Unless at 1200, maybe less than 1,000 is not good. I forget. But child, just like Big Boy just said, playing right in their face. Child, where I blame Torah. Oh, 1,600. Thank you, boo. 1,600. Oh yeah, you a dummy. Child, would you get $200? 200 point name on write your name on the grid. And then you hear him laughing. He out here selling a book. This says trying me in a hurry. Something. Young man in a hurry. Gavin Newsom. So he peddling a book to the coloreds. He's sitting here in the coloreds. And they sitting here laughing.
I'm no better than you. I'm a 960 SAT guy. and I'm not trying to offend anyone, trying to act all there if you got 940. But literally a 960 SAT guy. I cannot, you've never seen me read a speech because I cannot read a speech. It's maybe the wrong business to be in.
You're not afraid to go into red states.
No.
when I saw you slinging shots behind the coffee bar. I thought this guy might run for president.
I have no idea. The idea that a guy who got 960 on his SAT that still struggles to read scripts, that was always in the back of the classroom. The idea that you even throw that out is in and of itself extraordinary. Who the hell knows? I'm looking forward to.
You can't hear it? Yeah, exactly. He don't care. Oh, are you running for president? Of course he's going to run for president, allegedly. Allegedly. Thank you for confirming. I appreciate you. Child, I'm not trying to offend. You dumbasses.
Who presents themselves in 2028 and who meets that moment. And that's the question for the American people.
Is it fair to say after the 2026 midterms, you're going to give it serious thought?
Yeah, I'd be lying otherwise. I'd just be lying. And I can't do that.
Governor, you have long said that if you ever run for the White House, you need a compelling why, a reason. Are you moving closer to figuring out your own why and your own decision?
Yeah, Nietzsche said, if you have a compelling why, you can endure any how. And so I think the biggest challenge for anyone who runs for any office is people see right through you if you don't have that why. You're doing it for the wrong reasons. And so, look, well, that fate will determine that.
You certainly seem to like being on the ground in South Carolina. I have to say that. Seeing you up close, you were having a good time.
I happen to, and thank God, I'm in the right business. I love people. I actually love people.
It's sort of like Gavin Newsom in California. He's got a train that was supposed to go from San Francisco to Los Angeles, which is a stupid idea because an airplane is faster. I don't care how fast it goes. And they had plenty of airplanes. San Francisco, inside San Francisco to inside right there, LA. And what they did is they said, oh man, this has been going on for years. It's billions and billions of dollars over budget. So what they decided to do is cut it so that it doesn't go into San Francisco and into LA. It goes way short of both. And then they cut it again and again and again. Pretty soon they're going to have like 2 miles of track. Billions and billions of dollars. Totally incompetent. The biggest cost overrun proportionately that I've ever seen. Many, many, many times more. And it's no longer the same.
You take it. What it is that on the heels of Torre, here comes this mess. On the heels of Allison Friedman, or whatever her name is. Child, there's a lot of racism going around here. Now, Gavin is ignorant for sure. It's insulting. I don't know if it's racist, but it is ignorant for sure. Because I guess he's trying to be relatable. So in other words, in order to be relatable to Black people, we have to say that I got to be dumb like y'all. I got to be at a lower level just like y'all. And then say, oh, but I can't read because I got dyslexia. Nigga, we don't care. That sounds like a personal problem, all right? Isn't that, whoa, hold on a damn minute. Ain't that what Joe Biden said? What does Joe Biden say? Because, child, he got something too. And said, oh, but I overcame it. And now here I am now. He got some shit like that,
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't Black.
Actually, I believe it's stuttering. So all the white people got to do is say that I got some sort of a something or other. And the Blacks, the pros, back to the pros, reason 10,000,081 as to why they can make an excuse for these people. But child, let Donald Trump come out here and fart. And they're going to sit up here and say, he got to go. Look what he did. He's smelling up the whole United damn States. I promise you it'll be some bullshit like that, right? Ignore all this. Ignore Torre. Ignore Allison Friedman. Just wait around for MAGA conservatives, Republicans to say something and then have some fake fucking outrage, child. All of y'all, not y'all, can go to hell as far as I'm concerned. Including Gavin, because I already said Gavin ain't shit anyway. I'm not saying he is or not racist, and I just don't think that what he said is necessarily racist. It's rude, it's crude, it's ignorant for show. But I feel like these people be showing exactly how they feel, and yet people still will support these MFers. And first and foremost is Toure. Allison, I'm pretty sure the college is going to do something with that ass. And then with Gavin, because I'm telling you, I could be wrong, but I know I'm not wrong, but allegedly, that nigga running for president, okay? Now, whether he get the nomination is a completely different story, but he definitely running for president. So we'll see if y'all go ahead and nominate him and see where we stand. Because you can allegedly see all the racism with this man on the screen, but for some reason you can't see it with anybody on the Democrat. This says, the Gavin respond. Well, hold on. Sean Hannity posted this. Sean Hannity added Gavin and said, thinks that 960 SAT makes him like Black Americans. Let that sink in. Please don't think that I got any love for Sean Hannity, because I absolutely don't. Gavin responds, you didn't give a shit about the president of the United States of America posting an ape video of President Obama or calling African nations shitholes. But you're going to call me racist for talking about my lifelong struggle with dyslexia. Spare me your fake fucking outrage, Sean. Trump putting that damn video out was some bullshit too. I don't think that it's racist because of everybody that was in that damn thing. It was low-key funny. But y'all, if he don't get out of this stupid, silly stuff and just concentrate on what the hell he got to do, especially down there in Mexico, which we're going to go there next, and stop effing around. But child, now you coming out here and you cussing because you allowing Sean Hannity to rile you up. You know why he put this out here. You fall right into his hands. And you know, it might not necessarily look a little bit presidential, but I know some people will make an excuse for it and say he has a right to say what he wants. Cool. Whatever y'all say. This is why I don't listen to y'all. This is why I don't be hanging around with y'all. This is why I don't be having alleged friends like y'all. Because child, you'll hem me the fuck up. And child, if I'm going to get hemmed up, I'm going to get hemmed up on my damn own. But that's just me. Y'all go ahead and vote this man in allegedly to be the nominee and then maybe even become president. And then blacks will still be looking around talking about where did all the reparations go? Okay. You still asleep? Oh. You need some help?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Love you. Bye. Be careful. Turn the light on. All right. Anyway, sorry y'all. Baby's here. He was asleep. They're on their way out now. But yeah, F these racists. Moving on, child. Moving on. Let's get an update on the Mexican situation. So listen, y'all. This is getting a little bit juicy. The Mexican cartel kingpin El Mencho was taken out after authorities tracked mistress to the secret love nest. A woman was involved allegedly with this mess. Just track them down to the biatch, y'all. Track them down to the biatch, okay? Allegedly. So Mexico's most notorious cartel boss was located and deleted after intelligence agencies were able to track down one of his lovers. Part-time lover. One of his lovers to his secluded resort compound, child. They had a rendezvous. Mexico's Defense Secretary Ricardo Chavilla said agents identified a man close to a girlfriend of new generation. How you say it? Jalisco? Child, JP, don't come for me. Cartel boss Nemesio El Mencho Asagara Cervantes prior to Sunday's raid. The intelligence officers found that the woman was taken to Tapalapa, a mountainside getaway community in Jalisco, where Asagara and his men were located, Chavilla told reporters. So there's a picture of El Mencho. It says officials reveal El Mencho was located and deleted after they followed one of his mistresses. Child, he gonna get his rocks off, child. In the midst of all these illegal activities, you got to find time to lay some pipe. Okay? Woo, Lord help your people. While the girlfriend eventually left the resort, El Mencho and his men remained holed up in the compound when the Mexican military deployed its special forces. So after she was done, look, imagine if she was a plant all this time and they just took their time, right? And then she went and did her thing and said, yeah, he coming over. Don't worry about it. He coming over. And then she did her thing and then she slinked on out like one of those GTA women. And then they was like, hi, he in there. She was like, yes, I did the damn thing. And now he out there, he getting himself rejuvenated, getting himself together because I did the damn thing. They said, this is our turn. And then they went in there. He was probably still butt-ass naked, child. Allegedly. One of the troops got inside the Sagara's compound. Heavily armed men fired at the soldiers, leading to a gunfight and chase in the woods near the resort that resulted in the death of 4 cartel members. 3 others were critically injured and died while being transported to a hospital in Mexico City, including Osagara. Officials did not name the girlfriend. Oh no, do you think we'll ever find out what her name is? Nor the man who helped lead them to the doorsteps of the king of Mexico's underworld. Also, child, who was riding him? Lord help your people. Osagara was married. Oh no. Oh no. Is this the Mexican version of the I ain't even gonna say it. Let me not. Anyway. Osagara was married to Rosalinda Gonzalez Valencia before they split in 2018, with the ex-wife released from prison last year after serving 2 years for a money laundering conviction. Oh, so it runs in the family, huh? Travilla hailed the successful operation that saw Mexico roll out its Army, Air Force, and an elite National Guard unit trained to specifically fight cartels. This must be what it looked like after the lady left. I'm tired, child. I is tired. The intelligence process is very complex, Travilla said, of the time and resources it took to mount the raid. Pause. They're talking about mountain. This is El Mencho in an undated photo used by federal prosecutors. I'm assuming those are his kids. They look like kids, right? He looked like he come straight out the 70s. He looked like he came straight out of Scarface or something. Look at that. Look at the background. There's all the AKAs for him, the $15 million reward. Who get that money? Who get the 15 mil? El Mencho's killing triggered cartels to wage a violent revolt across several states in Mexico, with Travilla lamenting that 25 National Guard members were deleted as of a Monday. All right, so yeah, it's the woman. It was the lady. It was the girlfriend, the mistress. What if he's not married to her? Is it a mistress? Child, he was tricking. He said, in the midst of everything I'm doing, what's to do with you, boo? All right, let's see what Fox has to say. Reign of Terror, cartel power vacuum throws Mexico into chaos. Look at where everything is happening. See down here? Isn't that the end of Texas? Yeah, that's Texas. And then up here is near California. Let me stay on the East Coast.
U.S. State Department is telling Americans in Mexico to shelter in place as law enforcement tries to regain control of cities that have fallen into chaos in the hands of the Mexican cartels. This is after the Mexican military took out a notorious cartel kingpin with U.S. support. And we're learning a little bit more about our role in all of that. Not a lot of detail, but we had one. The carnage, cars torched, roads blocked, banks and local businesses set on fire as those cartels are now fighting for power. It's like everybody else is in the middle of a gang war right now. This is Outnumbered. I'm Harris Faulkner, here with my co-host, Emily Compagno, and also joining us, Tommy Lahren, co-host of The Big Weekend Show and host of Tommy Lahren is Fearless on Outkick. Cheryl Casoni, Fox Business anchor and host of American Dream Home on Fox Business. And Griff Jenkins is with us, co-host of Fox and Friends Weekend. Mexico's most wanted drug lord, known as El Mencho, was killed in a U.S.-backed military raid. He founded a vast criminal network which has the highest cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine trafficking capacity in Mexico. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt applauded the move. And here's what she wrote. El Mencho was a top target for the Mexican and U.S. government as one of the top traffickers of fentanyl. President Trump has been very clear the U.S. will ensure narco-terrorists sending deadly drugs to our homeland are forced to face the wrath of justice they have long deserved. Former Pinal County Sheriff Mark Lamb joined me last hour on the Faulkner Focus.
This is exactly what they're doing in Puerto Vallarta. What they are doing is burning buses, lighting gas stations on fire, because they want to create terror for those who struck a nerve. This will create compression amongst those other cartels. We may see more violence stem from this, but what we're seeing right now is their capability for violence, and this should awake Americans up. This is why it's so important to close our borders.
The borders are essentially closed.
Close the borders? What? I know you effing lying. Child, he's just over here saying shit. Child, he's just over here saying shit. That's all. Jade Anonymous, thank you, boo. She said for your scoop. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, hun. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Not drug addicts are pissed, right? Oh, Lord, help your people. Child, they can carry their ass on over to Mexico. And good luck getting back. And don't call the U.S. Embassy, child, if something go wrong either. We ain't trying to hear that.
And the drugs flowing across, Griff, have dwindled to nearly zero, thank goodness. Not quite there, but certainly the human trafficking. What is there for people on the left to catch on to at this point?
So this is a big deal, Harris, and it couldn't be a more dangerous time to be in Mexico because of what Sheriff Lane was talking about. So a power vacuum was now created. El Mencho was the top trafficker of cocaine, methamphetamine, fentanyl coming across in the Jalisco New Generation cartel. Now remember, last summer, El Mayo, who was the leader of the Sinaloa cartel, was taken the U.S. captured them. It led to a spike in 400% Jalisco New Generation dominant cartel. And they're going to start retaliating now against Mexican officials because of this, and cartel leaders in armored vehicles that rival U.S. military firepower. They're going to retaliate against the officials, but then they're going to fight the rival factions that are trying to fill El Mencho. And so it's really a lot of unanswered questions of really where and how they're going to retaliate against Mexican officials, and then the war is going to go on with cartel, which puts Americans stuck in Mexico at a very, very high risk.
Yeah, the list last night, Tommy, that some of us put out on social media of all the areas that were basically in lockdown, shelter in place, pretty long. It wasn't just Jalisco and Puerto Vallarta and some of the other areas where we know Americans go, but it
Jalisco.
was a lot of different states within that country.
I think Americans need to understand something that doesn't feel comfortable, but anytime you as an American travel to Mexico, there is a limited amount of things that the American government can do for you there. Yes, they put out the warnings, they said shelter in place, they can help you a little bit with the embassy, but when you decide to travel to Mexico, a lot of people think you go to a resort, you're going to be safe, nothing happens there. Well, I think they're finding out the hard way that that's not necessarily true. In 2017.
Yeah, that's not necessarily true, but they still going to go because they're not going to sit up here and let that money go to waste.
This is amazing.
They're not going to sit up here and let that money go to waste. They going. You asked me, they going.
A friend of mine from California was stabbed to death in Playa del Carmen. And that was just walking from bar to bar in a resort area. So I've been sounding the alarm on this for almost 10 years now, saying, if you're an American going to Mexico, have a great time, but understand the risks. And to the point about President Trump and his message, we saw in the first administration, his message to Mexico was the threat of tariffs if the Mexican military doesn't do their part to secure the border. And then the Mexican military stepped up. Now we flash forward to administration 2.0. President Trump says, I'm not going to tolerate not only the human trafficking, but the drug trafficking. And now the Mexican military, once again, stepping up to do their part to secure their own country. That, in my opinion, is a direct response to President Trump and how tough he's been on this issue.
Talk to me about tariffs.
I'm pretty sure he's going to be blamed. I'm pretty sure he's going to be blamed. Nothing positive at all. It is what it is, right? So what the hell? Shout out to Fox for the update. All right. So Biatch took him down. I'm thinking maybe it was an inside job, allegedly. I don't know if I could do that. I don't care how much the money is. Did you see what that man looked like? Let me be nice. Anyway, moving on to some more foolish. Well, this is not foolish, okay? So shout out to BCP. We haven't looked at any of his videos in a while. Let's get back to some important shit because I do got foolishness for you, of course. It says, white liberal woman breaks down into... White liberal woman breaks down in tears live on CNN after refusing to vote for ghetto Democrat. I wonder who they're talking about. What in the world? White people. Hold on. StreamYard. Hold on a second. You already know. Imagine which Democrat he talking about. All right, here we go.
Polling locations in Travis County seems kind of quiet right now, but the numbers, they tell a different story. More than 21,000 people have cast their early ballot in the first 2 days of voting, and that's just in Travis County. That's an increase of about 280% over the midterm in 2022, that primary election. I talked to a political science professor at St. Edward's. He says it's the Senate race for both the Democrats and the Republicans, that hotly contested race that is driving a lot of the traffic here. He also says that it is usually the very ideological voters that will show up to a primary who are motivated to vote twice in 1 year. But of course, it's these primary voters who are going to decide.
But I am not running on the fact that I'm a black woman.
Black women. Black women. Black women have ever heard us. Black women. It is black women. I woke up as a black woman. I didn't become the 55th black woman nor elected to the Congress and the 22nd black woman ever elected to the State House and the 4th black woman elected to go to DC from Texas. I can tell you that my path has always been a little different.
Wait. So we got to talk about some more liberal tears that are flowing on the campaign trail, particularly.
Her path has been a little different. Reaper, I don't know if that's your district. Who's voting for Jazz? Oh, she actually look good here, though. She look good right here. I don't know who this other lady is, but come on, child.
Out in Texas, the Senate race, the Democrat primary between ghetto Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett and James Tallarico, the woke white Christian male, right? Which I guess is the perfect matchup for a Democrat primary, right? We got a super woke ghetto Congresswoman, Jasmine Crockett, and a woke white beta male Christian and James Tallarico, right? That is what we have here. That's the matchup that we got.
Where the heck is he at? Where you at on vacation? What's going on? He in Colorado? What you doing out there, BCP?
Okay, and it's getting ugly. It's getting real ugly. We've talked about how the Democrat establishment has chosen their guy, right? They've essentially chosen James Tallarico. They're now currently trying to run interference in this primary election. They are giving ghetto Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett the Bernie treatment, right? Where they tried to rig the outcome of the election through the media. Okay, this is why James Tallarico was invited on Stephen Colbert's show, and Stephen Colbert freaked out when he was informed that, hey, you may have to invite Jasmine Crockett on the show as well too. And then they basically started boohoo whining crying publicly, pretending as if the Trump administration was banning Stephen Colbert from interviewing James Tallarico, like complete and total nonsense, right? But the whole point was to undermine Jasmine Crockett, right? And there's,
I tell you, Donald Trump, Melania is married to the best man in the world. He controls so damn much. It's crazy. How does one man have so much power over people's freaking minds? It's mind-boggling. I don't get it.
some signs that Jasmine Crockett in her campaign, who knows, right? In regards to whether or not she can win, she was a shoe-in coming into this, right? I think everybody kind of figured it was a foregone conclusion that she would be the favorite, but I don't know, man. I think that this race is going to be tight. And some signs that the race is getting tight is that the tears are flowing, right? We have some crying that is happening on the campaign trail from Jasmine Crockett.
Sorry, I got cookie in my mouth. Was this the one talking about badly built shape? Was this the one talking about bad built body shape or some shit like that? Child.
All right. 6 years ago, no one. All right. All right, I gotta get through this.
What in the world? What are we crying for?
6 years ago, no one believed that I could become a state representative. We were outspent 5-1. I went from being the kid that no one thought could do it, who was out there hustling, knocking doors, putting door hangers at the apartment complexes, doing everything that I could. We were in the midst of George Floyd. Was that election? No, it was that one. There was a runoff.
How was you trying to check your information?
Because I was number 2. I wasn't number 1. I made it to the runoff, and then they ended up killing George Floyd. People told me I had to go and get on the phone because we just didn't have the money. And I said, I can't do that. I got to go do what I know is best. You don't know somebody's circumstance in the middle of this pandemic. I'm not going to be insistent and ask for money. Instead, I'm going to do what I've always done. I'm going to stand with the people as they take to the streets.
Yeah. So you know that somebody's desperate when the tears start flowing, right? When the tears start flowing, the sad sob stories start coming out. Yeah, I think that's a sign of desperation, right? I think that's a sign that this race is going to be a lot closer than what Jasmine Crockett anticipated coming into it. And another sign of that is the fact that CNN actually interviewed some white liberals, right, who are voting in the primary, right? They're early voting. And they essentially indicated that they wanted to vote for Jasmine Crockett, but they couldn't because they didn't think that she could win a general election. In fact, one white liberal.
Damn, that's a little rude. You can vote for whoever you want. What is going on with people?
Election day in Texas is March 3rd. Voting already began last week in 2 fascinating Senate primary races. Among Democrats, it's become an increasingly personal race between State Rep James Tallarico and Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Both are trying to convince Democratic voters that they are the one who can finally turn Texas blue. Arlette Saenz just went to Texas, talked to voters there, and filed this great story, how Jasmine Crockett's unconventional Senate campaign is testing Texas politics. Here's some of what Democrats in Houston told her.
What is it about Jasmine Crockett that you like? Just her spirit. She's just, an incredible woman. So yes, we need a fighter. And I was so ready to vote for Jasmine Crockett because I love her. But I voted for Tallarico. because we need somebody who can win. As hard as it.
Oh no! Right to your face, child. What is why? We should have said, Jean Lay, we haven't white. I think we're gonna have it. I may have used everything already. I'm gonna try to have it on Wednesday. Girl, lady, woman, what in the hell is going on?
Incredible woman. So yes, we need a fighter. And I was so ready to vote for Jasmine Crockett because I love her. But I voted for Tallarico because we need somebody who can win.
So Tallarico can win, but he must not be a fighter, allegedly. She likes a fighter, but she can't vote because we need to win. Winning is everything.
What kind of shit is that?
Liberal white women.
It is to say, I think she's going to be harder election statewide.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. You can't make this up, right? You have white liberal women who are boo-hoo, wide and cry in tears because they couldn't vote for Jasmine Crockett, right? After refusing to vote for Jasmine Crockett because they don't believe that she is electable, right? Which, again, I just find the irony in this to be so funny because presumably, right, they don't think that she's electable because of the way that she carries herself, right? Because of her ghetto.
That's her fighter spirit. That's not ghetto. That's her fighter spirit. That's what the white lady said.
Behavior because of the fact that she probably turns off a lot of white voters, right? And they know this, right? These white liberals know this. And instead of, I don't know, proving people wrong and saying, no, a black woman can't get elected, that, you know, everybody's not racist. They decide, hey, you know, we're going to vote against her because she's too ghetto, right? She's too ghetto to win. That's basically what they're saying in a nutshell.
Say that's not what they said. Stop it. That's not what they said.
Right? That's what they're saying when they say, hey, she can't win. Which, you know, hey, by the way, is the truth, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I just find it to be ironic that this is what white liberals are saying, right? I don't think there's anything wrong with telling the truth about it. She is. She turns off a lot of people. She's too racially divisive, right? I don't see people voting for her in Texas at the general election level, right? I just don't see it, okay? I don't see it. But again, I just find it funny when white liberals admit this, right? That, hey, she's just not electable. So that is fascinating. And what is Jasmine Crockett doing as her final pitch in order to convince voters that she is in fact electable? Well, she is proving people to be right that she's not electable because she's doubling and tripling down on the race card, right? She's now accusing James Tallarico of being a racist because of the fact.
Josh, she should bring Torre to come out there and talk for her.
That she's struggling, right? Like this race is probably gonna be a lot closer than she anticipated. So when times get tough, when Democrats get desperate, when black Democrats get desperate, what do? They pull the race card. They say, well, see, his campaign is racist, right? And I'm gonna tell you something. You know, listen, I have criticism of James Tallarico. I think he is woke as hell. I think he weaponizes the Bible in order to push the Democrat agenda, right? Rather than actually being honest about the Bible. He cherry picks the Bible to push Democrat propaganda in far left ideology, which I think is bad in and of itself. But I don't see the dude as a racist, right? I don't really think that he's racist. But again, Jasmine Crockett, because she doesn't have anything, right? She can't appeal to people outside of race. She has no choice but to pull the race card, right? Because she's desperate. That's how you know she's desperate. That's how you know that the polls are close, right? The polls weren't close, right? If she felt confident in a victory, she would be pulling the race card. But now she's accusing his campaign of being racist, which I think is going to create an interesting situation if she just so happens to lose this race. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
There is a PAC running ads here in Austin, I'm sure all across the state, that talks about you in a way that, you know, it claims you're the Republican pick for this and that there are some, you know, there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes to get you into this position. Talk to us about.
Well, I mean, she is a Republican pick, right? Because she'd be easier to beat, right? I'm just saying. She is a Republican pick. And that is also what a lot of people are speculating in regards to the turnout, right? Apparently, there's a high turnout in these primary elections, particularly on the Democrat side. And a lot of people are saying, well, that can be because you have crossover voters, right? Republicans who are coming over to possibly pick Jasmine Crockett, right? That could be the one thing that could actually save Jasmine Crockett is that they're Republican voters.
They want to vote for her because they think that she will be easier to beat than Tallarico, is what I'm hearing. Not that they really think that she's good. She's good to get their Republican in. She's better to get their Republican in. Wow.
Who could be voting in Democrat primaries in order to get Jasmine Crockett the victory, right? To help Jasmine Crockett win so that she is the general election candidate against Republican, right? Because she would be a lot easier to beat than James Tallarico, presumably, right? So that's also a thing, right? That allegedly could be happening in the primaries, that if Jasmine Crockett wins, she could win because of Republicans, right? Because the Republicans voting in the Democrat primary in order to make sure that she's a nominee. So again, we're going to see. But yeah, she is a Republican pick, to be honest with you.
PAC and that ad.
I think is really interesting because really a centerpiece of my opponent's campaign has been no PAC money, and we have to get super PACs and dark money out of campaigns. And then it is a dark money PAC that is not engaged in lifting him up or tearing me down.
I think that tells you where we are either in this primary as it relates to the numbers, or I think that it tells you where we are as far as the type of campaign that maybe my opponent wants to run, which is one of tearing down a qualified Black woman. I will tell you that, you know, these are the laws, and so it is completely allowable under the current laws. It's just not necessarily, to me, in lockstep with the words that my opponent is delivering. Earlier today, a reporter asked me how I would respond, because he was asked about why he hasn't denounced the super PAC or denounced the darkening of my skin, which is taking place. I know you referenced the video, but even when we look at the mail pieces that they've sent out, which historically has been one of those ugly things that we typically see from the Republicans. So as it relates to Republicans tricking me, that's just insane. The Republicans have never tricked me into anything a day in my life, number one.
They tricked you into running. They tricked you into believing that you could actually win, right?
I don't know what the hell it is that she's talking about. What I'm missing? I don't know what she's talking about. All I heard her say was Black woman, of course. You know, it's so hard to be a Black woman. Yeah. What is she saying, y'all?
So they definitely tricked you, for sure. 100%. You've been tricked into running in this race. Likely, you're either going to lose the primary or you're going to lose the general. Either way, your career is almost over, Jasmine. I'm telling you that right now.
Two, what I tell people is to follow the money. We know that while the Republicans say one thing, we know that Governor Abbott decided that he would go up on broadcast TV to do ads. And who is he doing ads against? He's doing ads against me right before my primary, and he's actually...
I can't imagine why he would do ads against you. Ain't she the one that said that he's Hot Wheels and he's in a wheelchair? I can't imagine why he would go against you. That's crazy talk. That is crazy talk. What is this, another you can dish it but you can't take it type of situation going on right now? Oh, you mean sometimes some things come back to bite you in your ass, allegedly?
Running those ads in rural Texas. Now, why is it that the governor would spend over $1 million a week doing ads against me when, first of all, I'm not in his race, and second of all, if I'm the candidate that you really, really want, then why would you do that, right? You want me to get into the general election. The same thing about the fact that why would anybody broadcast who it is that they actually want to run against? I have been very quiet about who I have a preference to run against, to be perfectly honest. That just seems like bad strategy. And so, you know, it is what it is. We are going to focus on the issues, and we are going to continue to talk to Texans, because I hate when you have all of this other noise. It is the noise and distractions that got us to where we are. It is also the complacency and the lack of bold vision that got us to where we are. We need to be aggressive. We need to be tough. We need to be fighters in this moment as our democracy hangs by a thread.
Okay, yeah. So you say that you heard that. Okay, so Jasmine Crockett here is boohoo-whining crying racism, right? She's accusing her opponent of being racist, or at the very least.
Well, child, everybody racist, child. But Toure said it was okay. Has anybody heard Jasmine Crockett come out and talk about Toure Bueller? Because you would think with all this mouth and everything she got to say about the big orange man, as she calls him, that she should be having a problem coming out and loudly saying, Toure, you ain't shit, and you need to go somewhere. Anybody heard that, Bueller? I got a feeling, I could be wrong, child, but I got a feeling, and I could be wrong, child, that she ain't got nothing to say about that. Excuse me, Lauren said, have you noticed none of her Divine Nine? Oh, she's a Divine Niner? Sisters No Rolling Martin of the fraternities ran a telethon to donate money to Jasmine Crockett the same way they did for Cam Cam. Oh no. Girl, what happened after they came to your defense with regard to Stephen A? After everything they did to help you against Stephen A, and this is the thanks you get. They ain't even trying to give you shit, and I cannot imagine why Abbott would come at your ass. I cannot imagine. That is crazy.
Not denouncing the racist ads that are darkening her skin, which, you know, hey, I'm not sure exactly what ads she's referring to, right? Seriously, because, I mean, Jasmine Crockett, your skin is already dark, right? Like, I don't know what to tell you. If anything, you're lightening your skin, right? Let's keep it 100. You're lightening your skin because in this video right here, your skin was darker than this right here, right? Like, your skin, I don't know, man. I feel like...
What in the world? What in the world? This is only from 2025. At least that's when it was posted. Did y'all ever see this?
Skin was darker than this right here, right? Like your skin, I don't know, man. I feel like it can be dark just depending on what type of makeup that you're wearing. So I don't know what she's talking about here. Maybe she's trying to run away from her blackness. Maybe that's what's actually happening here, right? Maybe she is lightening her skin and she's mad because her real skin color is being used in ads. I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is that, hey, if you really believe that James Talarico is a racist, right? Then if he beats you, you shouldn't vote for him, right? Because he's racist. Okay, he's racist. And that's why I want these Democrats to understand, right? Which is that if James Talarico is racist and James Talarico beats Jasmine Crockett, then you should vote for a racist in the general election, okay? You shouldn't do that. And vice versa. For those who support James Talarico, if Jasmine Crockett wins because she accused him of being a racist, how are you going to let this woman who falsely accuses white man of being a racist win, right? You can't allow that, right? You can't have a party where, you know, anytime a black person runs and a white person runs against the black person cross racism, smears whole party is racist. I'm just saying that
everybody is racist. But they won't call out the racist on the Democratic side. They won't call out Touré. If y'all see somebody calling out Touré, please let me know. But again, it's all about the particular party at the end of the day. This is half damn crazy. But child, good luck to that girl, but not really. Moving on, child. Moving on. Let's get into some foolishness. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. My kid is texting me. All right. Anyway. Moving on, y'all. Moving on. Let's laugh. Let's go to PBL. Gen Z is bringing their parents to job interviews. I know we briefly talked about it, but let's go ahead and watch the video because, child, this is what people should do, right? Bring your parents to work day. Remember when they used to have bring your kid to work day? Be all these kids running around. They have all this bullshit junk for their asses. Wasn't there a bit of a work being done that day, child? Now it's bring your parent to the interview.
Just tell me how I was at work today and someone's mom came to apply for a job for them, bro. Are people's friends not making fun of them anymore? What is going on? Because when I was growing up as a millennial, if you had your mommy come apply for a job for you, I would have been roasted into oblivion. I would have had to leave town, get a mustache, change my name. I could never come around there again. Now I'm hearing, I told my friends about this. They're like, oh yeah, that like happens now. Bro, what is going on?
26% of Gen Z applicants bring a parent to their job interview.
That cannot be right. Would you ever hire somebody that brought a parent? Here's who I blame for that. The parents, I know. Parent.
Anybody ever heard of this before? Gen Z having their parents sit with them for job interviews? This is crazy. And yes, it's definitely the parents' fault, 100%.
That is unbelievable. That is 1 in 4. And of course, no, I wouldn't hire somebody who brought their parent to a job interview.
I wouldn't hire them either. I wouldn't even.
Of course we wouldn't. Is the parent? We got to pay them. We got to get a seat for them too. Because if you can't do the interview, you can't do the job. I mean, common damn sense. Why somebody come through and say that's a racist? Damn it! This is what participation trophies get you.
Waste my time doing the interview. Like, what is your mama doing here with you?
And I would, as I escorted them out, tell the parent, here's the name and number of my therapist. You need to phone them.
Listen to this. 7% of those people said that their parents even answered questions for them during the interview.
That woman having a good time. She said, I can't believe it either, child.
Wild.
Yeah, I would say it's really sad. Answering questions for their kids in a job interview? These are obviously the same parents that did their kids' homework in school too. So now it went from coddled high schoolers to coddled adults needing their mama to fill out their job applications and answer interview questions for them? How embarrassing. They have babied their children so much that they can't function as actual adults. They can't do anything on their own. They need their parents to help them do everything, even as adults. A very high majority, well over 70% of Gen Zers, they admit their parents had to help them at some point in their job searches, either looking for the jobs for them, filling out applications, and even going on job interviews with them, which is unbelievable. We're going to get into it, but first, take a second to make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell for all updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Now at 8:14, taking helicopter parenting to a whole new level. A new study revealing Gen Z is having their parents, get this, join interviews.
Look, the Asians said, don't be using our phrases. They said, don't be using our phrases now. This ain't no damn helicopter in there, nothing. They said this is American bullshit because y'all too busy trying to think that everybody is everything and nobody can be left behind when their asses need to be left behind and freaking told that they need to try harder and do better. But then that's supposedly mean and they can't handle it. Child, ain't nobody got time. Live from New York, I appreciate you, hun. He said, I bring my grandma to job interviews. She bribes the interviewer with old candy. The old candy from the Christmas jar, y'all. White and look like a candy cane, the white and red stripes and the all different colored ones, the ones that'll harm the damn roof of your mouth if you suck on it too hard. Pause.
Even called their bosses. CBS News Miami's Jim Barry went to a career expert about the alarming findings.
Well, taking helicopter parenting to a whole new level. New data from resumetemplates.com shows parents are applying for jobs, joining interviews, and even contacting managers on behalf of their Gen Z kids. And they're doing it at high rates. Joining me now is Julia Toothaker, a chief career strategist with Resume Templates. Julia, I have to tell you, I was floored when I read this.
Can I just say that most of them are not kids? Gen Zs are not kids. That's the first thing. If you're applying for a job, you are not. You might be a minor. You're not a kid if you're applying for jobs, child. I'm pretty sure they're not talking about the ones that are going to McDonald's to flip fries. And if you're going to with the kid to flip fries, then your kid really got some issues.
Were you as stunned as I am about what you found?
I was. I could not believe how many parents actually sat in on interviews with their kids, either virtually or sometimes in person.
This is so pathetic. And the people interviewing them need to kick their parents out. Like, what is this? Daycare? Is this a parent-teacher conference? Like, how embarrassing.
That absolutely floored me.
So what are the employers saying about this?
I can't imagine that most employers are happy about it. I think that it really shows a lack of maturity in the kids and the Gen Zers that are doing this. But I'm sure that there are some employers, especially of smaller organizations, you know, I think of those mom and pop shops that are probably okay with it, but I would not think that that is the norm.
Nah, the mom and pop shops need to kick them out too. This shouldn't be acceptable no matter how big or small the business is. If they're not disabled, there's no reason why they should have a caregiver with them. And even if they're disabled, they don't need nobody sitting in the interview with them. That's crazy. If you can't do the interview alone, that means you can't do the job alone. Don't even apply for it. I mean, why would your mama be coming in there with you on a job interview? No way.
And what's the dynamic that's triggering this? Are kids socially awkward? Are the parents nervous that the kids won't get a job? What is it?
I think it's all of that. I think, you know, we have a generation that has been called the anxious generation. And I think that that's some of what we're seeing in this behavior from parents. But I also think that parents see what's going on in terms of getting a job and they know that it's a lot more difficult. And so I think they think that they're trying to help their kids. But when in reality, it's holding their kids back because they need to be more independent in the workplace.
I'm sorry, there's no amount of anxiety that
They don't want them to have a reject. And that's what's wrong with the whole damn generation is they don't know how to take rejection. That's why there's so many people out here wilding and crashing the F out. Now you got to take your parent. Girl, this is so damn dumb.
I will make this okay. If they're so anxious they need their mama to sit in their job interview, then they're too anxious to do the work in the first place. What's going to happen when they come to work? Will the mama come to work too? Is she going to do their job for them?
I was just going to say, if I'm an employer and the mama shows up at the job interview, I'm thinking maybe this kid's not ready.
Exactly. I think most employers are going to think that way, especially when you get into more of a corporate space. You have to be able to act independently. You can't have your parents speaking on your behalf. Maybe in some very unique situations, they can call in if you're ill or something happens, but that's very, very...
Ain't no calling in if you're ill. Stop this. You want the job, you call in when you're ill. Man, the F up.
Very rare.
Yeah, very quickly. Is this a sign that the kids should do what I did, get a job when you're like 13, 14 years old? So by the time it's time for a real job, you're good?
You know, I think any kind of work experience for younger kids is helpful, but also we want them to be in school and be students and learn as much as possible. But I do think that parents need to be guides more than coming in and doing the job for their kids.
There you go. Land that helicopter and let them learn how to fly on their own. Julia Toothaker, thank you so very much for this eye-opener.
I wouldn't be surprised if you heard Asians coming out here saying, don't be using our phrasing. That's not what it's for. When we talk about helicoptering, we're really helping these kids. This is amazing. We're really doing something for these kids. We're really helping these kids grow. Not no nonsense like this. Don't be associating our phrase with this foolishness. That's usually an Asian mother that'd be all up and through they daggone kids' businesses, so they make sure that they're successful. Live from New York, thank you, hon. He said, imagine Krishan Rock going to her child's job. Oh my God. Did y'all hear that Blueface is having another baby with another biatch? Did you hear that Blueface? Child, I can't. She's somewhere about to throw herself off of the curb.
Report.
That's a good point. Years ago, it was completely normal for a 14, 15, or 16-year-old to have a job. Work was a part of growing up. It taught responsibility, time management, and basic accountability. With Gen Z, though, that largely disappeared. You had a lot of parents that actively discouraged your kids from working and instead pushed them to just focus on school. And let me tell you, that decision didn't produce better outcomes. It's not like those kids skipped jobs and turned into straight-A students who all went on to dominate STEM fields. That simply didn't happen. Then college enrollment among Gen Z declined, and even if they did go to college, they didn't pursue challenging majors. But yeah, they're not going to college at higher rates. And they're not outperforming previous generations in high school either. So what are they doing with all this extra time? For many of them, it's video games, social media, endless scrolling.
Oh no! Oh no! Poor Gen Z. Not.
Their parents had to grow up balancing school, extracurriculars, and part-time jobs. They learned how to show up on time, take orders, deal with pressure, and manage responsibility. Those were real-life skills that mattered. But when it came time to pass those lessons on, many parents decided to shield their kids.
You know what they be saying? They don't make enough money because they think they should be making $5 million a month because they see their parents or someone else doing it and they don't know about working their way up. They want to jump out here and look like a Kardashian and live like a Kardashian and put no damn work in. That be the damn problem. That be the biggest damn problem. And these daggone parents allow that shit. Well, y'all give them all your money then. Leave us the hell alone.
The same experience. They thought work would be too stressful or unfair. But look, what they failed to realize is that by removing responsibility, they also removed preparation. They skipped over valuable lessons that actually help people function as adults.
Did you all see this graphic about Gen Z? This is crazy. 77% admitted to bringing a parent to a job interview. Like, what? Did your mom also pack your resume with a juice box and some goldfish crackers? This is nuts. 53% had their parent actually speak with the hiring manager on their behalf. I mean, at that point, you might as well just hire the parent. And this one's crazy. 73% had their parents help complete work assignments. So not only are we helicoptering parents at home, now we're doing flyovers at the office too. And 45%, almost half, regularly have a parent talk to their current manager. Imagine being the boss and getting an email, "Dear sir, Timmy needs Friday off for Fortnite tournament practices." Folks, we are due. Forget AI taking over jobs. Gen Z is outsourcing theirs to their mom and dad. This is nuts.
This is absolutely crazy. There's what
that means that they're so listen. We already know that Gen Z is special. We already knew that. This just goes ahead and solidifies what we already knew, right? But if everyone is saying that there aren't any jobs, well, child, Gen Z is not your competition. So who in the hell got the jobs? So baby boomers are not looking for new jobs. They're about to give the jobs up. Generation X, we trying our best to give it up as soon as possible. So what is it? Ys who can't find jobs and some X's, why can't y'all find jobs? Your competition is not Z, because you know they try to say it's all these younger kids and they trying to get all the salaries, but then they get a lot less in order for them to be in there for what? For about 5 minutes before mommy got a call? These numbers are crazy. Those percentages are ridiculous. Those percentages are ridiculous. Somebody will think that shit is cute and funny. Shout out to Kofa. Thank you, boo. He said, I'd like to point out that it was men who warned about participation trophies first. Well, what do you know? We were right again. Now I'm going to give you that. I don't know if it's true. Because I never liked participation trophies because I said I work hard for my trophy. So I don't know why the hell y'all don't have to work hard for them. Just give them a ribbon and call it a day. Give us the trophies that worked hard. Shout out to Bowling.
way too much communication going on between employers and the parents of their Gen Z employees. There's really no reason why your parents should be communicating with your job unless you're unconscious or no longer breathing. And that's just to notify them that you're unconscious or no longer breathing. But these are supposed to be adults. That's pathetic. They need their mom to contact their boss to ask for time off from work. Like, really?
A recent survey of Gen Z, and 26% of Gen Z applicants said that they brought their parents to an interview.
The job interview?
Yeah, job interview. Have you heard about this?
Child, even the white women is laughing at y'all. Child, even the white women are laughing at y'all. Oh no. Now you know when the liberal white women is laughing at y'all, y'all are done.
What kind of shit is that?
No, I've never bowled a 300. No, I just bowled last week. I was at 130, 140. I got to get up there. I got to go back soon.
So they brought their here's another thing. During job interviews, and then there was another one. Employers say that recent college graduates have struggled. They struggle with eye contact, 53%. Asked for an unreasonable compensation, 50%. Dressed inappropriately, 47%.
Of course, they dress inappropriately for interviews. Remember, you're talking about the same group of people that think it's okay to wear club clothes to church, or think it's nothing wrong with wearing see-through clothes in public, or clothes that give the illusion of being see-through. They think it's nothing wrong with that. So of course, they don't know what's appropriate and what's not appropriate. And you see how they think now? Can you imagine the kids they raise? Oh no, it's definitely over.
You know, that's what life is, right? You've got to put yourself in uncomfortable situations and get through it by yourself. Without your parents. Because even if it ends up to be a disaster because you didn't have your mom there, you have grown because of it, right?
Yeah. You know, I mean, I think this is why we're both so independent, because our parents turned us out way too soon, saying, figure it out. Like,
oh my God,
I remember going on family vacations and my parents were like, well, you're gonna have to pack for yourself. I'm like, what am I? What do I need? I don't know. So
I'm sorry, Gen Z, you're now bringing your parents to your job interviews with you? What? Like, have you heard about this? So it's a thing. It's a thing. I have family all over the country, and yesterday we did a family Zoom, and my aunt, who is an attorney in North Carolina, their law firm recently had an opening for an entry-level position. And not one, but two of the candidates that they called in for interviews brought their mothers with them. Brought their mothers with them. One of them even asked if her mother could come into the interview room with her. What? And you know what? I do not fault Gen Z for this at all. I think I actually fault my generation, Gen X and millennials, for thinking it's okay to go to a job interview with your college graduate child. what are you thinking? And you know, my aunt said that apart from that, there were no other red flags about these candidates. Like, they were great candidates, well prepared, well educated, well qualified, but neither got the job because they brought their mom to the interview.
And look, in this situation, they went to college and everything, but they both ruined their chance to get a job they really wanted because they brought their moms to the interview with them. And I have to agree, this falls on the parents. Gen X and some older millennials who raised Gen Z, they remove responsibility to avoid discomfort and then act surprised by the results. They're treating their grown adult children like babies. Then they added that you have a lot of them living at home forever. They never move out these days. You also see a lot of the parents paying rent for their Gen Z children. Recently, I saw a woman complaining about how she was paying her Gen Z daughter's rent because her daughter couldn't afford to pay her own rent. She was supposed to be in school, not really sure what she was doing there, but she got hooked up with a guy who couldn't afford to pay his own rent either and moved him in with her. And of course, the mama wanted him out.
What in the world?
It was a whole big thing. One thing a parent is not going to do is sit up there and pay your rent for you to have some grown boyfriend or girlfriend living up in there too. Most parents wouldn't allow that. But then you have these other Gen X parents, their daughters, their sons can afford to move out, but they still want to pretend to be grown, so they'll allow the daughter to move the boyfriend in her house, which is all bad, teaching them the wrong way. But that's also pathetic. You have Gen Z guys, they can't afford to take care of themselves, so they'll literally move into their girlfriend's mama's house. And of course, most of this is happening in single parent homes led by women, because no man is going to allow some boy to come live with his daughter in his house. And yeah, that's baby boy if you're still living off your girl and her mama, or if you're living off your mama and trying to play house up in her house. So yeah, the story I'm talking about, the lady got so ticked off about paying her daughter's rent every month because she wanted to help her with school, only for her daughter to move some guy in the apartment. The daughter basically ignored her mom and ruined her life messing with this guy. A bunch of mess went down with that, and her mom was venting on social media. So yeah, look at how they're raising their kids. Of course, they're not going to see nothing wrong with showing up to job interviews, and none of this is being supportive. It's embarrassing and damaging. It also tells employers your grown adult child can't function without help, which means they really can't be trusted to do the job. That mindset just doesn't hurt their kids. It weakens workplaces and lowers standards for everyone, and society ends up paying the price. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this.
Child. I can't take it. I can't take it. I don't even know what to say. This is half damn crazy. Should be plenty of jobs to get, because child, Generation X is not your competition. Clearly. I mean, Generation Z is not your competition. Wow. I can't do this. Anyway. Where are we going now, y'all? All right. We back on to this foolishness. This is about Yamanika and Corey. Actually, Yamanika and Darlene. Yamanika calls out Darlene for backing Corey Holcomb. Oh, well, I guess it's about both. Y'all hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
The woman on the show with him, no disrespect to her, she constantly standing in the gap for this nigga. I don't know what he got on her.
That's Darlene.
Viewer discretion. Oh, that's Darlene, y'all. Viewer discretion is advised, child. Viewer discretion is advised.
She like, oh, but the coat you looking at is $1,500. But lady, is he paying you? And the thing about it is, Corey Holcomb don't need that much to live his lifestyle. He seemed like a bodega nigga that still live around the way. It don't cost that much to live in the SRO. So he'll be fine, okay? The little hats he got on, all that shit you can get at the Salvation Army and the Goodwill off of Compton Avenue. All the niggas is dressed like that. That low rent Steve Harvey. Shit. I'm telling you.
Oh, so here we go.
The nigga always dressed like he in a hurry to go on a cruise. And that's why he's mad that his boat show got.
Oh, how come Cruz is taking strays around here, girl?
You know the one in Gary, Indiana on a boat. Nigga, who the fuck is going on a boat cruise in Gary, Indiana?
Yamanika is not letting this go. If the first round on In Godfrey We Trust last week felt heated, the second round felt personal. Because at this point, it's clear. This isn't just about one comment. This isn't just about the 5-year-old controversy. Yamanika does not like Corey Holcomb at all. Not as a comic, not as a personality, not even as a man. And she's no longer disguising it as casual commentary. On last week's episode, she goes in on everything. His dress sense, his alleged stagnation as a comedian, his fan base, his lifestyle, and even the way he carries himself publicly.
I have the lady from HR at the nurse asking us what our social security number is. I'm not going there alone. But what I'm saying to you is the man is not capable of accepting accountability or responsibility. It is never anybody else's fault. I mean, it's never his fault. It's always everybody else's fault. Facts. Even in the talking about the 5-year-old that's inappropriate, and I have no idea how that even came up. He's already getting ahead of the story going, oh, y'all gonna say Corey wrong. And, oh, fuck all of that, nigga. We trying to figure out why is your brain immediately going to whether a 5-year-old is a whore or not. That's the issue we got.
Yeah, and then people are like, it's comedy, but there was no joke in there.
There's
It's
no
just
joke
creepy.
in there.
Yeah, I don't mess with that.
That's
you don't
not
mess-
funny.
Oh, he a comedian. He a comedian.
You don't mess with that with the little nah. You don't fuck
Yeah,
with the baby
it's just
stuff.
not. It's not.
Oh, here's another one. Oh yeah, the gigs. His
A lot of
gigs.
my gigs. I lost a lot of my gigs. So, by the way, thank you, TMZ. I lost another gig today. Gary, Indiana, on the boat. Y'all got me good. Y'all got
Not
me
on the
good.
boat. Not
Y'all
Gary
got
and
me
Diana on the
good.
boat.
I'm losing gigs. People are saying, Corey, the optics of that video. And yeah.
Nobody said
Y'all
optics
got
to
me
you.
good,
You don't even know what
TMZ.
optics mean. You had to
I'm
look
about
that
to
up.
be out here on welfare.
I thought he was already on welfare. Look at this outfit.
Somebody got to
Welfare.
explain why I ain't got
You
that
know how
no
welfare niggas be. They be overdressing everywhere they go.
Nope, because the jacket that you were looking at
I'm going to have Proclubula.
cost $1,600.
She questions the authenticity of his claimed wealth, referencing his 1,600 coat and suggesting that expensive clothing doesn't equal financial stability. Now, whether that's fair or not is almost secondary. The point is the angle she's choosing.
The woman that's on the show with him, no disrespect. We cut him off. I'm sick of him. The woman on the show with him, no disrespect to her. She constantly standing in the gap for this nigga. I don't know what he got on her.
That's Darlene.
She like, oh, with the coat you looking at is $1,600. But lady, is he paying you? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. Like, and the thing about it is, Corey Holcomb don't need that much to live his lifestyle. He seemed like a bodega nigga that still live around the way. It don't cost that much to live in an SRO. So he'll be fine, okay? The little hats he got on, all that shit you can get at the Salvation Army and the Goodwill up off of Convent Avenue. All them niggas is dressed like that.
What is a SRO? I don't know what that is. What is a SRO? Do y'all know?
That low rent Steve Harvey Temu shit. I'm telling you.
Oh, shit, here we go.
Oh,
hold on. Oh, hell no.
Top 5 answers on the board.
Well, here's the question.
Who's the you know? Corey Holcomb, 100 people agreed. It was one answer.
She questions who is even booking a comedy cruise in Gary, Indiana. She jokes about Groupon deals and 2-for-1 tickets. She frames it less as a fall from grace and more as evidence that the empire wasn't that grand to begin with. That's calculated.
He dressed like a gay nigga who played the tambourine in church, and he keeps telling
First of all,
people
that's very
that
accurate.
they get right. Y'all hear that? What a mighty God we serve.
That's very
What
accurate.
a mighty God we serve.
So what happened?
The angels bow before him, heaven and earth adore him.
159.
What a
All
mighty
right.
God we serve. Like, he dressed like a nigga that's at the buffet just serving shit. Like, he just had an apron on before.
Wow.
And he got to take his mother out for a Mother's Day dinner right after. The nigga always dressed like he in a hurry to go on a cruise. And that's why he's mad that his boat show got canceled. You know, the one in Gary, Indiana on a boat. Nigga, who the fuck is going on a boat cruise in Gary, Indiana? You ought to be glad they canceled that shit, nigga. Why did you cancel it?
What body of water is Gary, Indiana? This nigga on a lake.
Gary, please show Google bodies of water in Gary, Indiana. No, I know you niggas probably already had it up anyway because you niggas is white. Put up bodies of water and show us what bodies of water in Gary, Indiana look like, nigga.
Lake Michigan, the Great Lakes.
Oh, you know the boat cruise. They canceled me doing the buffet show at the church at 5 p.m. It's like, nigga, you was already going to be on welfare with them shows. You and me both in eviction court, nigga, together. We both trying to get a one-shot there. No, nigga, I need accuracy. No pictures.
Oh no, it's Lake Michigan. Godfrey's right. He's Lake Michigan.
Don't you, nigga, do you think, they was going to have him on the Ohio Riverside? What I'm telling you is the nigga was not going to be on no motherfucking lake.
She's diminishing him. And when a roast becomes about reduction, reducing someone's status, reducing their mystique,
I thought she was supposed to be talking about Darlene, though.
reducing their authority, that's not casual beef. That's strategic. But the deeper layer here is the accountability point. Yamanika keeps returning to this idea that Corey is incapable of accepting responsibility, that every situation is someone else's fault, that the backlash, the lost gigs, the viral videos, it's all external forces conspiring against him rather than self-inflicted consequences. And this is where the 5-year-old comic keeps coming back into the frame. Because for Yamanika, that wasn't just a tasteless joke. It was revealing. She frames it as his brain immediately going somewhere inappropriate.
He's a wild one.
The beef that he had with Gavin.
And y'all up here standing in the gap, but no disrespect to you, because they already tired of me talking. But the way you niggas is in the comments, some of you niggas need your IP address also looked at. Because I never seen niggas stand. This is you niggas in the comments standing in the gap for the nigga.
What are they saying? What are they saying?
Standing in the gap.
What they say?
A lot of them are quiet.
Hey, standing in the gap. That's worse than me. Standing in the gap. Lord have mercy. Oh no. Oh no. My bad. Lord help your people.
A lot of 51 niggas is in here and don't even know how to count to 50 or 51. I never understood why he called this shit 51-50.
He's crazy.
Is it, or is that the age the nigga was when he stopped maturing?
The comments are flying in. It's hard to read them.
Yeah, let them fly in. And also,
as like crazy,
Mental
right?
insanity, I think. Yeah.
Oh,
Insanity.
no, you being a typical fuck nigga is not insanity. That's
Nah, most of us are against his goofy ass.
Now, here's where it gets layered. Corey's brand has always been confrontational, hyper-masculine, anti-PC. He leans into calling men gay. He mocks women aggressively. He positions himself as the truth teller in a world of softness. But what Yamaneika and Akeem Woods are suggesting is that this constant fixation on homosexuality, this constant accusation of other men being gay, this obsession says more about him than about them.
Uh-oh. Isn't that what O'Shea said?
They even mentioned that he had a 30-minute call with Akeem to squash beef and apologize for pushing toxic narratives, only to go back on his own platform and reignite the same narratives the following week.
Wait a minute, I heard some noise. Is Corey over here? Or could the nigga not get a Southwest ticket to get here? Right? Where he at? In Las Vegas?
I think he lives in LA.
He live in LA?
I think so. I don't know that nigga. He called me, but I don't know.
He called you?
I was trying to tell the story.
Oh, tell it. He called you? Oh, he got a gay nigga number. Is it that? He calling gay niggas now. He couldn't call me, but he could call a gay nigga. So what he talk about with you? What happened? Start from scratch.
I was trying to.
Okay, well, go.
Go ahead.
The original beef that he had was we were on the podcast, and that's back when Corey was going viral because he called every nigga gay on the podcast except for the nigga who's gay. He called Godfrey gay. He called Dante gay. Everyone was gay except for me.
Yeah, because he don't want to fuck with you because he know for sure he can get you to suck his dick.
No, what the fuck he can't.
Well, he also he be out here giving you throwing your pH balance.
No, I'm gay.
Yeah, but can niggas get their pH balance thrown off in their ass?
No, but I'm gay, not blind. I'm not. I'm not fucking
Corey. You better raise your damn standards, honey.
So I just asked the question on the podcast. I'm like, why is he so obsessed with who is gay? Like that, straight men don't care if another man is gay because unless you're trying to fuck him. That's weird.
That's what I always said. Yeah, that's what.
So I said that, and the clip kind of I guess went viral, whatever. So then he went on the podcast talking shit about Godfrey because he felt that Godfrey was like, you let that man talk bad about me. It's like, first of all, Godfrey don't control what people say on this podcast. No. It's Godfrey's podcast, and he lets the guests say whatever they want. It doesn't mean he agrees. It means
what man was talking bad about him?
You said what did you say that he got mad at?
Yeah, because I said that I'm saying everything he does gives down low energy. If you're obsessed with gay people in a negative way,
he said he's ABCD. And he says that it gives DL energy. That's all it is that you say and talk about.
You're a womanizer, and if you hate women, those are 3 traits of down low men. And that's a fact. And I'm telling you that because I fuck down low dudes.
Then she pivots again to the comedy itself. And this is where the knife twists. Yamaneika acknowledges that Corey was funny 30 years ago, but she argues that he stopped evolving, that instead of sharpening his craft, he's turning his platform into a gossip station, that the jokes lack depth, that they're recycled, that there's no structure, no layered punchlines, no callbacks, just repetition and shock value.
The fact that people seem to think he's okay to say whatever he wants, and then when somebody challenges him, then all of a sudden you're the problem. I don't want to belabor the point about him. I think it's unfortunate that he's probably been the topic of conversation for 45 minutes. And number one, you two are not even consistently engaged in it because everybody's on the phone.
I'm reading the comments.
No, sure. But we're not even comments. Sure. But also we don't give a fuck about the nigga like that. And it's also unfortunate in this time that nobody has ever been able to talk about his material. Can anybody pull up any Corey Holcomb stand up, please? Can somebody please do that?
The Shaq All-Star.
No. Well, you want to pull up his greatest hits? Whatever you got to pull up. Pull up. Let's just pull up a.
The Shaq All-Star, Corey Shaq All-Star.
Sure. Pull up the greatest.
No.
Corey, no. Come on.
About the practice.
Let's do it, Carly. Here's what I want everybody to understand in the comments, right? When people are like, you can't deny his comedy and he can't. Let me say something. Whatever Corey was doing 30 years ago was working well enough for him to procure a fan base that is seemingly still holding him down to this day. It's not a fan base that I want. I'm not interested. And please don't compare what somebody said something about, oh, you just say the N-word. Please don't compare what he's doing with. Go watch my latest special, White Nigga, on YouTube. Him and I are not doing the same thing. Okay, just please. And what I want you to understand is it's okay for you to be a young comic talking about stinky pussy and the men got to be quiet because the lady in the room and giving abortions. But if your legacy, 30 years of doing comedy, is still you talking about the same thing, the same rehashed, tired joke, it's not funny anymore if it ever was. And to be fair, you have to have a very limited bandwidth mentally to be able to laugh at that shit. That's why it's funny to some of y'all, because mentally you're not prepared to go places that you need to go in comedy. You need very low rent, reduced, in your face, specific to your nonsense comedy so that you can laugh. You don't need punchlines. You don't need throughs. You don't need anything. You don't need the threes. You don't need callbacks. You don't need depth. All you need is somebody to go, what's up, ladies? Okay? And I be out here, these bitches, they pussy be stinking. That's all. Good night. Good night. Put it up on the back.
Now, whether you agree with that assessment,
Lord have mercy. Y'all got to know. I don't know. You know I don't watch it. Gemini said, Shock Jock comic, Black Jesus was the last hoorah. Let me look this shit up. Hold on a second. Black Jesus. Movie? Child, is this a 2020 documentary? Is that it? Images. Is he the Jesus? Oh, it's a TV show. Okay. TV show. Black Jesus is an American live-action sitcom created by Aaron Magruder. Oh, it should have been funny then, right? Created the Boondocks and Mike Clackenberg. Aired on Adult Swim. Series stars Gerald Slink Johnson, Charlie Murphy. I like Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy. Corey Holcomb, Callie Calkin, Cock, Andrea Fuller, and John Witherspoon. Rest in peace, John Witherspoon. Premiered on 2014, December 10th. The series was renewed for a second season. Premiered on 15th, third and final season premiered on 2019. So if that's his best work from 2019, so you trying to tell me that his best work was from 2019? We in 2026? Okay. Corey Holcomb was Booney. Right. Oh, there you go. His claim to fame is something from 2019. Have the nerve and the audacity to talk about somebody else. But y'all like it. I love it. Not really, though. Anyway, moving on, child. Moving on. Randall Moore, was he in there? Rest in peace to him, too. All right, y'all. Here you go. For the hoorah. Shout out to O'Shea. Anton's Anton's cheek clapping mistake is causing this problem. Lord help your people.
Anton and Mika drama is still going on. And you know me, I gotta get paid. Woo! But seriously, guys, this situation keeps getting more interesting. It's almost like we're watching like a sci-fi movie. Or better yet, an investigation. And Mika has always tried to insinuate that her relationship with Anton Daniels was never that personal or even sexual.
I want to really drive it home. Has Anton ever flirted with you?
You see, when she was asked direct questions like this, she kind of beat around the bush with it. And ultimately, she would come to this conclusion.
Anton does things for content, and then there's things that Anton will do if we're just sitting here.
Okay.
So if you're saying personally, if me and Anton was just sitting here, no.
You see, Anton Daniels does things for content or for clout. You know, he will do things on the show that he wouldn't do if he was sitting there in front of her. This is a really interesting way of putting things, because as content creators, we definitely can, put 10 on 20, as we used to say back in Cali. We can front for the camera and then cut it off and be somebody completely different. It happens all the time. Even content creators can be fake. And this was largely backed up by Anton's friend.
And they over there talking about some. It seemed like Anton's.
Oh no. So hopefully they've left me alone, but it looks like they go in that angry man now.
Wife knew what was going on. It seemed like he doing this for content. No shit, Sherlock. Ain't that what I told you from day one? Ain't that what I told you when the shit first jumped off?
Now, Anton's buddy, the angry man, also agrees with Mika. This stuff isn't real. It's just for content. It's just reviews. And in the angry man's case, I told you so. The problem with that is this.
So let's get this straight. You want us to believe Anton Daniels is creating cheating bait content with another married woman, and this all a motherfucking master plan. So he go delete the content that he was making for content. That's what the trying to say. Woo! I'm gonna give a shout out to the House of Hypocrites YouTube channel, who's been doing a lot better job than me with some of this research, because some of these clips I had no idea where they were, and he makes a whole lot of sense. You see, Anton Daniels is privating some of these live streams, especially with him and Mika. I don't think he's making these YouTube streams private because it's him. No, Anton Daniels loves attention. He loves attention so much that when his daughter was disrespected by Corey Holcomb, he didn't even go to the school to see her. He went on live stream and talked about how broken she was. You see how good of a father he is?
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the think you is?
If Anton Daniels is privating the streams or removing them from YouTube, it's almost certainly to protect Mika, because he went too far with Mika. He made Mika look bad. And so, yeah, he's trying to basically protect her because she's being attacked.
But we actually looked at that with regard to the season 2, episode 148, kind of disappeared. It ain't there. Allegedly. I mean, we looked. It wasn't there. But I'm going to toss out an allegedly, though.
Right now. And even though she's not working with him, behind the scenes, he's still trying to do this. I'm pretty sure this is exactly what's happening. So out of respect for her, he's private in these streams. But if it's for content, why would he need to do that? Woo! This is why being fake and phony comes back to bite you in the ass. When you're not being yourself, or at least being a skilled content creator, you're going to do stuff for clout that you're probably going to regret later. And this is the case with Anton. Because, of course, the people who want to prove Mika and Anton wrong have been going back and looking at their information. And what they find is shocking.
If I had met you some time ago,
Child, oh shit, we saw this already.
you think we would be in a relationship? Why not?
Toxic.
Why not?
Yo, did you see Q? It looked like Q rolled his eyes. Look at Q. You know, everybody blinks out on this. They just start blinking out. Look at Q. I think he rolls his eyes.
You think we would be in a relationship? Why not?
Toxic.
Q said, what the fuck? Did you see that? That's too funny.
Because I'm toxic?
Now, you see, this is interesting because Anton Daniels flat out asked Mika, you know, if we were younger and you came across me, will we be in a relationship? And she said no, because he is too toxic. Woo! But then the answer would be no, because Anton Daniels would be too broke, because when he was young, he didn't have any money. Woo! And to be fair, she's playing to her strengths, which is really like very passive aggressive. I mean, Mika is like that. She's not very direct or, you know, says her intentions or feelings really on the show. She kind of cuts her eyes a little bit, you know, certain things, or shows some level of a romantic interest, or at least she could be playing or joking. I'm not sure, but she actually turns him down in this case, which is what she is supposed to do because they're both married. Okay. But he continues.
Oh my God.
My personality type is too boring.
That's not what the see you changing.
What? I answered the question.
But what about the conversations that we had previously, though?
Now he's indicating that they had a conversation in, you know, a car in which she was talking different than she is right now on the stream. Basically, he's trying to tell her, like, listen, you told me something different behind closed doors. Now, if this is true, this means
this is simping. Is this simping? Because, child, I forget. And don't be talking about Mika singing. She don't need Anton. She can sing. She can rap. She can write. She can do it all. Dance. She got it going on. Don't even try. Don't be downplaying what Mika can do.
Means that Mika was hanging out with Anton off the record and having conversations about relationship stuff when they are both married. And we can infer that this probably is true because she didn't try to stop him. She didn't try to correct him. She didn't try to say that didn't happen. She did not say it. And it even continues.
Which one? You just was different.
So he's insinuating that, look, we talked about this. Now you're not talking about this. And you're acting different. In other words, you're acting weird.
Damn.
Yeah, Anton, I get it, bro. I hate it when these ladies act weird with me, especially after I pay their phone bill. But here's where it gets interesting.
We supposed to be better than this. We supposed to be better than what we are. You don't agree?
No, because I'm a great friend.
No.
I am a great friend.
No, he says, we're supposed to be better than this. And she then says, she's a great friend. But Mika, that is very different than what you said on the Talk Perspective.
How long have you and Anton been business partners or friends?
We're business partners. And
So you're not a friend, because I don't want to.
Now, they really are digging deep. I don't have this type of time. So shout out to House and to O'Shea. I can't do it. I gotta go to work. I gotta go to the gym. I don't have time to do all this.
To provide language that's inaccurate.
that's why I changed it.
Yeah.
We're business partners. Absolutely.
You're not friends.
No.
Okay.
Friends would imply that we hang outside of business.
Not necessarily. Well, yes.
Again, I want to give a shout out to the House of Hypocrites or Lakeisha Keisha. I don't know if it was one of them that got these clips together, but it was an excellent job because here we have Mika not telling the truth. Mika's pretty much lied about this thing. At first, she's saying that she was never friends with Anton. Maybe she was at first. I'm not saying she's lying all the way. Let me take that back. But at the time of her making the video with Talk Perspective, they were not friends. I believe she said that she's never been friends with Anton. And if that's the case, that's not what's going on here. At the very minimum, they are friends. We know that because she said it. Fast forward. I know I'm fast forwarding, but actually, let's rewind. I can't really say if Anton Daniels and Mika were in some level of a sexual relationship, something more than friends. I can't be sure. And to be honest, it's really not any of our business as to if that happened or not. The question is this: is Mika capable of not telling the truth? And do we see evidence that for whatever she says, she could be lying? And the answer is, yeah, Mika leaves a lot to be desired. And a lot of her stories don't match up because it seems that Mika is not telling the truth, at least about everything.
Now, not at least about everything. He said at least about everything. Oh, Lord help you.
And so if you will say that the man was your friend and then now he's not your friend, and then you'll say that you didn't have sex with the man, you didn't do this with the man, you didn't do that with the man. Well, you do have a history of not telling the truth for here. So why should we believe anything else? I don't have a problem with anybody at all, but it just hurts your credibility because, well, that's what you said. And now you're saying that you didn't say it. So now I think that the public perception of Mika is, okay, she may not have had a sexual relationship, but let's assume the worst. She's not telling the truth. We all know that Anton Daniels is lying. Woo! She's supposed to tell the truth. She's having a problem telling the truth, and everything else that's kind of in a dusty bag, right? It's kind of down bad. And guys, I think you should also learn from the mistake here. You see, there are some women who can lie in a minute, like Mika, and that can impact you. They can tell you that they got this going on or that going on, and ultimately it's a lie going on. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Jackson back yet again. Another episode of
Child, I think O'Shea know how to reach for a damn video. That's what I think. Over it, child. This is crazy. Anyway, tomorrow's Tuesday. Y'all know what that means. 5150 come on. you know what that means. There's going to be a rehash of so many more things because he's going to probably come out and say something crazy, meaning Corey Holcomb. So that'll be Wednesday. Unless somebody wakes me up and says, oh, no, you got to come now. Okay. Anyway, that's it. That's all, child. What is it? Not even 7:30. I can go get in the bed. Yeah, I'm so excited. And I'm working from home tomorrow. We'll see if I'm able to do a lunch tomorrow because I might be busy at work. All right. But y'all make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Shout out to everybody that donated. Please, again, go ahead and hype this video. Follow the daggone Rumble. We almost there to the 80. I appreciate y'all. Tomorrow. If I'm home, tomorrow is Tuesday. Probably have an earlier stream, maybe about 5 o'clock again. All right. Keep that in mind if you don't make it, if we do a lunch show. All right. I appreciate y'all. I see you all in the next one.